Yo, welcome guys back to Mr. Candy Love. Ba, 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 ba. Yo, I am in the house. Guys, once again, I am bringing to you this wonderful episode of God Calm, most dramatic moment of all time. God Calm. So guys, we're gonna be watching this. Actually, I didn't even speak in. I just saw the title and I love it. I was like, man, I'm gonna watch it with you guys so I can react to it on real time. Let's dive in. Here we go.
We're now in the El Paso County Courthouse in El Paso, Texas.
All rise.
Please be seated. The record should reflect the attorneys for the state, the attorneys for the accused are present in the courtroom.
The man you see here is 41-year-old Daniel Villegas, accused of killing two teens in 1993 when he was just 16. At that time, without an attorney or his parents present, Villegas says he was coerced by an El Paso detective into confessing to the murders. Despite recanting the confession hours later, it became a key piece of evidence for the prosecution.
The court has received a message from the jury indicating that they've reached a verdict.
Villegas has been on trial 3 separate times for this crime and has maintained his innocence throughout.
Let's bring the jury in.
His first trial in 1994 ended in a mistrial due to a hung jury. A 1995 retrial ended with a conviction for capital murder, and Villegas was sentenced to life in prison. After spending 18 years in prison, that verdict was thrown out in 2013.
Guys, I'm gonna throw light on this. This accused man is said to have committed a crime when he was 16, and because of his age, I guess the judgment was passed but wasn't right, because he appealed and claimed that he was coerced by the prosecutor at the time to accept or plead guilty that he was the one that committed the crime, which is actually wrong. He should have someone older with him or a lawyer. Or maybe he might have given up his right to lawyer, because the police always give you that option. It's up to you to take it up or say, no, I'm good. So I don't know what actually happened in this case. But now he is, I believe, 39 or 40 now, and the case is being retired. So let's keep going.
Because of ineffective assistance of counsel, Villegas was released in January of 2014 and has remained out on bond as he awaited a third trial. During that time, he fathered 2 children. Though the prosecution continued to insist on his guilt, there was no DNA, no firearm, and no forensic evidence presented linking Villegas to the shooting.
If the defendant will please stand.
Within moments, he'll find out if he goes home with his family or spends the rest of his life in prison.
In the District Court of El Paso County, Texas, 409th Judicial District, the state of Texas versus Daniel Villegas, number 94-0D09328. Verdict Form B. We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Villegas not guilty of...
Oh! Man, I'm just happy for this guy. It was as if it's, at the time it was feeling as if it was someone close to me, as if someone I know. But I'm very happy for the verdict. Yeah, there was no evidence. There was no DNA test confirmed that he was the one that did it. Sometimes you can be coerced. Actually, I've been in such a case where someone was talking to me that when I was young, something happened, and someone was like talking to me, giving me reason why what I did, what he said I did. At the time I was like, in my mind, let me just say yes so that he can stop pressuring me, So, sometimes these dictators and dictative and all the persecutors, you can be persuaded. You can be telling you one thing at a time. You'll be like, your spirit will be so full and down that you'll be like, oh, let me just say yes and let this trouble pass over, So I believe, I'm just saying, I wasn't there when the crime was committed, but I'm just saying, because I've been in such a case when I was young. I did something. I was accused of something, not actually illegal, but as a young kid, And our neighbor then was like, you're the one that did this, and I was like, no. So he pressured, and I was like, oh, if I say yes, he will leave me. And when I said yes, he left me. Imagine that was a criminal act that was perpetrated, and I accepted I was one that did it, knowing fully well I didn't. I would have been in prison or would have been castrated. So I just guess that's what is happening here. Let's keep going.
For the first time since he was 16 years old, 25 years ago, Daniel Villegas is a free man.
Mr. Villegas, you have been under many conditions in this court. You are no longer under any conditions in this
Look
court.
at the baby.
You are free
Look at that
to
little
leave.
girl.
Good luck to you.
Now we head to Cleveland, Ohio, to the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court for the sentencing of convicted serial killer Michael Madison. Madison's been convicted on 3 counts of aggravated murder for the killing and mutilation of 3 young women in Ohio. As part of the hearing, Van Terry, the father of one of Madison's victims, steps up to the podium to make a victim impact statement. Mr. Terry's now just a few feet away from the man who so brutally took the life of his daughter, Sherelda.
Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown. Who's touched our families, taken my child.
He's looking directly at Madison.
Yes, I can feel his pain. I can feel his pain. I wouldn't say I wouldn't do what he's doing now, but at the same time, I would say it's not a good thing. Or, yeah, I wouldn't say I wouldn't do. Neither am I saying I will, but he needed to control himself. But you will never know how painful the issue is. You will never know how painful the situation is until you find yourself in it. So I'm not gonna say much about it, but I can feel the guy's pain. And look at the idiot that killed the murderer that killed the daughter. He was even laughing. He's not even he doesn't even have show any remorse. He doesn't even feel guilty of what he did. He was like, oh God.
All right. Whoever's in the red hat, you're excused. The red hat must leave.
Van Terry is released without charges. A short time later, County Judge Nancy McDonald hands down Madison's sentence. Michael Madison is sentenced.
Thank God the man wasn't charged, I believe the judge can feel his pains too, if it was a normal, if it wasn't a normal murder case, maybe the man would have been charged for hitting or diving at the accuser, But thank God he was released. That's a good one,
Sentenced to death and will now live on Ohio's death row. We start things off at the Russell and Wayne County's Family Court in Kentucky for a hearing on a domestic violence order filed by a husband against his ex-wife.
You and the respondent were married in the past and have children in common, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And were the statements you made in your petition true and correct at that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you willing to make those statements part of your sworn testimony here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you asking the court to enter an order restraining the respondent from any contact with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
I've taken your statements in your petition as part of your testimony, but I need you to tell me briefly, in your own words, what happened to cause you to ask for a domestic violence order.
Yes, Your Honor. Things have been escalating, I guess, since the first of the year. And Melissa's had a couple of MIWs and a couple arrests. And she got out of jail in, I guess, April. And she started, we hadn't really had anything personal up until that point. She got out of jail in April, and she
My
started.
personal life is
No, no, no.
your business, John. It has nothing to do with
Miss
you or the
Hardwick?
boys. No.
You will be held in contempt of this court if you
I
become
don't
disruptive.
care. I haven't done anything to this court. I haven't done anything to
Okay.
him.
She will be
It
arrested
doesn't
for
make
contempt
any
of
Oh my God. So even if the man was lying, by what is happening now, bro, I wouldn't want to be in this man's shoe. You know, this is why when you in marriage you have to be careful of who you marry. You know, because forever is a long time. Like me, I wouldn't want to go to court for any reason when I'm married to someone. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Whoever I got married to, you know, I want to be happy with the person, not going in and out of court or nagging or complaining. But look at the attitude. Even the judge is calming her down, and she's still ranting. You know, nagging is one of the most dangerous people against men. Yeah, nagging may not be too much of anything to a woman, you know, but to a man is like a dagger in the heart. You know. Let's keep going.
It doesn't
court.
make any difference.
You will serve 10 days for contempt of court. You go now.
Oh my God! Come on! This man was not lying, bro. This man was not lying. The lady is. You get what I meant? This man wasn't lying. She has lost it.
Get off of me!
Hands behind your back.
Bitch, wait and see.
Got her? Shut your mouth.
You
Shut your mouth. Spray shut.
get my bracelet off the
Shut your
floor.
mouth. Look at
Get it.
After spending nearly 5 months in jail, Melissa Hardwick pleads guilty to intimidating a participant in a legal process. She avoids any further jail time by agreeing to a court-ordered diversion or rehabilitation program for 5 years.
The emergency protective order will remain in place of no contact.
All right, back on the record, Mr. McCarty, President. He's under oath from the start of the trial.
No, I'm not. I'm not under oath.
All right, raise your right hand when I swear you in.
I'm not under oath.
That's your bad finger. I didn't appreciate that.
So you're going to threaten me like you did the other day?
Ready to participate here?
No, you threatened my life the other day. I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally. Y'all took my kids unrightfully. You want to allow my witnesses here? You want to allow my paperwork? Y'all took all my court paperwork.
We haven't started the trial yet.
It doesn't matter. You still deny it. You want to take my kids from me and act like that? You and that bitch. You and the bitch that took my kids.
Holly, make sure you take down what I say. He was sworn in.
No, I was not sworn in.
Yes.
I've never been sworn in this court. Bring the camera back. He's making this up.
So that being said, number one, I need to know whether or not you want to be here during the trial process.
No.
All right, do you want to testify though?
No, I don't. This is all being done unconstitutionally, unrightfully.
Do you want to be in the room or not?
Do you want to?
I prefer not to, sir.
Well, you got a mouth for it.
No, do you want to be here or not?
Oh, who the wants to sit here while you take their kids? This is a conflict of interest. Every right y'all supposedly have, you violate.
Guys, I've been quiet because I've been trying to figure out what is actually happening here, you know. I think he's fighting for the custody of his children, but at the same time, he's wearing a handcuff. Maybe he's a violent husband or father. I can't actually tell what exactly is happening here. But the guy has been rude, you know. He has been rude. Yeah, he has some things he said that the judge did last time. But he has been rude. But let's keep watching. I believe I will get more knowledge or info on what is actually happening. Like I told you guys earlier, I am doing this reaction in real time. I've not watched this video, so I'm reacting the same way you guys are reacting to it.
Water, please. I got a lot more cussing to do, and I need to drop wet mouth.
Do you want to be here when the jury's here?
What the do you think?
I don't know. I need you to answer.
Next, we head to the S. James Foxman Justice Center in Daytona Beach, Florida.
All right, Ms. Cook, come on up.
The woman being sworn in is 18-year-old Keandria Cook. Cook's in court today to receive a sentence for using a dating app to set up a robbery that ended with another teen being shot. The teen survived. Cook has accepted a plea deal that will drop a conspiracy charge, which carried a maximum penalty of life in prison. But counts of carjacking, attempted carjacking with a deadly weapon, and felony battery are still in play.
All right, come on up, Ms. Cook. You get to say the final words.
Man, planned to rob someone through a dating app. Man, what is this world turning into? Everywhere you turn, one crime or the other. You are on dating app looking for love or looking for someone to talk to. The person end up planning to rob you or even take your life. And you know, most part, this is a young girl, you know? She's a young girl.
I just want to say that I'm sorry to the victim's mom that her son had to get shot because I didn't even know he was going to get shot. My boyfriend and his friends get threatened me to do this. I didn't even know what was going on until I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I just want to say I asked her for forgiveness for a second chance so I can get out and finish school and I can put my mama proud.
Bro, how can you have a partner, be it a male or female, that will coerce you to rob someone, to get you into robbing someone, you know? You're not my boyfriend, you're not my girlfriend. You can't say you love me and you want me to bring, I don't know how to say this, to entice someone through a dating app for us or for you and your friends to rob the person. Come on, you're playing with our lives or my life. No, I can't do that shit.
Because I want to be her first child to bring home a high school diploma.
And the guy was shot. The guy was shot, you know? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Cook now prepares to hear her sentence as her loved ones look on.
Ms. Cook, you're before the court for sentencing. A couple of things going in your favor. One, you didn't hold a firearm during these episodes. The second is that the victim luckily survived. That being said, this was intentional. It was an orchestrated ambush, and you are a main part of that. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and adjudicate you guilty of all 3 charges, sentence you to 20 years in state prison. Concurrent as to the first 2 counts.
The crying you...
Man. Look at the mother is crying. Her mother is crying. And it's not even the judgment that was passed that's hurt the girl much. It's when she heard her mom crying from the background. Her face changed. It now dawned on her. You know, this is why we should know the kind of friends we keep, man. This is why we should know the kind of friends we keep. Yeah, they are giving us a good vibe. They are this, they are that. It's not enough to keep someone as your friend. You can say hello and hi to some people, but there are people you shouldn't keep close to your life. How can you tell me that you love me and you want me to plan a robbery with you? Come on, who does that? That's not love. Come on. That is not love. Young men and young women, be careful of who you hang around with. Come on. Look at her mother. Her family will pay the price. Maybe someone may say, she deserves it. Okay, what about her family? What about her mom that is crying now? What if she had a heart attack? Does the mom deserve it? Even if you don't like yourself enough to go into criminal acts like this, love the people you left behind. Love your family enough, please. If your life worth nothing, theirs means a lot. Some of the wrong acts he does like this can or may broke them, please let us think twice before we take some decision and do some acts. Man.
Here is coming from Cook's mother. The sentence much more severe than they expected.
Charges. All fines and costs.
It turns out that Cook and her mother's reactions were so intense because they believed the plea deal meant no prison time. Judge Foxman allows her to enter a new plea deal, citing miscommunication between Cook and the assistant public defender. As a result of that new deal,
I think you got good in you, and I think you got potential. Don't lose sight of that.
Cook's sentence is reduced to 11 years in prison.
Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Yeah, 11 years, boy. Even the 11 years, boy. Do you know what it means, 11 years? A child of 11 years, do you know how big he or she is? Come on. It's still a big thing, but at least it's something to be grateful for.
Charges assault and resisting. You have the public, Mr.
Where public defender Andrew Weinstock and his client are appearing before Judge John Murphy, whose voice you hear.
Public defender, what do you want to do?
But they filed?
They have.
I'm not waiving.
All right, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I'm not waiving. You want to set it for trial, set it for trial.
Judge Murphy wants the defendant to waive his right to a speedy trial because the court's schedule's backed up. Weinstock isn't budging, and tensions are mounting.
If I had a rock, I would throw it at you right now.
You know,
stop pissing me off. Just sit down. I'll take care of it. I don't need your help.
No, you know what? I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand and represent my clients.
If you want to fight, let's go out back, and I'll just beat your ass.
I don't know if you guys understand what is going on here. The judge is a gangster. He said, if I have a stone, I will throw at you. The guy is here to represent the guy in the trial. And the judge was like, you have not been called yet. He's not actually a lawyer, but he is there to defend, to act as his lawyer, which is legal, you know. You don't have to be a lawyer to defend someone in court, as long as the person agreed. But he hasn't been called. He doesn't know how it works. And the judge was talking and he was replying and making threats. At the same time, the judge was like, if you want to fight, let's go outside and throw punches, man. Oh, man, I feel this guy.
They both head to the hallway behind the courtroom, just out of the view of the court's cameras. Believe it or not, they get into a physical altercation.
I don't know if you can get what is happening. Him and the judge went outside, and they are throwing punches, bro. This is real. Oh my God. They are throwing punches, they are fighting. Oh my God. These days back in the hood. These are days, oh my God. So days in Osa Secondary School. You can remember those days in Aba? Man, these are one of it. Come on!
Until Judge Murphy returns to the courtroom, alone.
Thank you.
They are crying, clapping for the judge because he won, he came back alone. These dudes are crazy, man. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I will catch my breath eventually. Man, I'm an old man.
Once Judge Murphy catches his breath, he continues with the rest of the hearings without Weinstock present.
Your choices, considering there's probably going to be a changeover in personnel, are setting it for trial June 9th, or if you were wanting to waive speedy, we would set it for July 15th.
I would like to get it done as fast as possible.
That doesn't help me.
The incident's investigated by the Florida Judicial Qualifications Commission, who charged Judge John Murphy with threatening to commit violence against an assistant public defender. engaging in a physical altercation with counsel and resuming his docket while defendants were without counsel. The case eventually reaches the Florida Supreme Court, which orders the immediate suspension and permanent removal of Judge Murphy from his post. We're at the Lewis County Courthouse in Chehalis, Washington, in the courtroom of Judge R.W. Buzzard, who's just finished some business with the 4 defendants to the right. This is Tanner Jacobson, who's charged with reckless driving and driving with a suspended license. This is Cody Howard, who's charged with second-degree burglary, first-degree trafficking in stolen property, third-degree driving with a suspended license, and 2 warrants for failing to appear in court. Neither of them feel like sticking around. Judge Buzzard springs into action, and it's on.
Bro, does that happen? Where did they think they are going? They just take it. Oh my God. I believe they might have planned this already, like 4 nights.
Keep in mind the 2 escapees are in handcuffs and prison-issue sandals. A witness points the judge in the right direction, as does this bright orange clue here. They've made it to the 3rd floor stairwell.
Where do they think they're going?
And now to the 2nd, just 1 floor away from freedom. But Judge Buzzard is gaining some ground, especially on the one who lost his sandal. The judge tackles the lagging defendant just outside the exit to the building. 2 deputies catch up moments later and bring him back to a cell. The other defendants picked up just a few blocks away. Both have second-degree escape added to their charges.
There is no way. Come on, this is crazy. How can they think of this? There is no way with handcuffs. You think you can outrun cops, even if the judge didn't went after them. There is no way they can escape. There is no way. There is no way. It sounds crazy. I guess they are not thinking. They might have taken something to attempt this act. Now they have made their case or whatever they are into more bigger than it was. Man, this is dramatic.
What were these 2 thinking? Glad you asked.
We were sitting there on the benches together, and he's like, I'm gonna run.
I said, what am I doing? What did I just do? I gotta go with it now. There's nothing, I can't stop right here. There's nothing I can do now. I'm screwed.
I only get like 4 blocks, and then I stopped. Like, I just stopped on my own. I'm like, what am I doing right now? It was just a split-second, like, decision. I don't even know why I did it. Like, I would be out.
That's what I was saying. It's exactly. There is no way they can do this. I guess they were caught up in the moment. They were caught up in the moment. Because I didn't see why you would be running out of the court. Where will you go? Even if they were not found or they were not caught now, they will still be caught. You know, it even made their case worse. There's no way they would have escaped.
I didn't try to escape to get out. I tried to escape to get well, and I tried to do what I could, do what I could do to get my drug addiction.
We head now to Jackson, Michigan.
He said he didn't get out to get away. He got out to get himself right because of his drug addiction. I said it. They might have been on something. I said it earlier. And it happened to be true. They are high.
To the 4th Circuit Court. A personal protection violation hearing is on against this man, Jacob Larson. The defendant's accused of sending unwanted advances through Facebook messages to this woman seated here, a former high school acquaintance. This incident's a violation of a restraining order against Jacob.
All those messages were like, a lot of them were like last year. Let me ask, how many of them were after, how many of them were after the day of the PPO? 22. I don't post on that much. What's that? I don't post on that much.
This is the 2nd time the judge has questioned the defendant about his contact with the plaintiff. In fact, the same judge had issued the defendant's original PPO 4 months earlier.
Yeah, I know, but it's like this fatal attraction kind of stuff that I warned you about last time. I told you to just leave her alone. She was a classmate of yours. She Apparently he has no interest in
I
seeing
want
you.
her to tell me to leave her alone.
You know what? I told you to leave her alone. And apparently that didn't get through loud and clear. So
I don't
today...
know if you guys understand what is going on here. The guy in question is writing on Facebook to this old classmate, has been pressuring her. And the girl is not interested going into a relationship with her, in him. And he keep insisting. And it becomes harassment, like they say, stalking, And before now, 4 months ago, according to what the judge said now, or the voiceover on the video said, that 4 months ago, this guy was given a restriction order, not to contact this lady. But he continued. As the judge was asking him, I remember telling you 4 months ago, not to contact this lady. He said, I want her to tell me herself. Some people are crazy, I don't know. Some people are crazy. Some people are crazy. You are a man. Come on, this is what we do. If you talk to a girl and she says she doesn't like you, cool. You look for another girl. I've been there, man. And mind you, as girls turns men down, men turns girls down too. So why will you be aggressive against the one that turned you down? I've met girls that I'm not interested in and they are interested. I'm like, no, it won't work. Imagine if them being aggressive on me. So it goes vice versa. So you should respect and keep people's privacy. Everything must not resort to violence. And
you're going to jail for
and it shouldn't be when the person is physically attacked that the person is being violated.
Next time you violate it, you're going to jail for...
You and her are all
You know what? You got a bad attitude. You had a bad attitude last time you were in court. Okay?
You and her are buddy-buddy. Y'all get along. Y'all are...
45 days county jail. 93 days in the county jail. You want to go for a year? Try it right now. One more word out of you, it'll be a year of county.
Over Facebook. Really?
Over violations of my PPO and your conduct in the courtroom. 93 days in county.
The judge, clearly agitated by the defiant defendant, is sending him to jail.
I ain't never threatened.
Stand up. Come. Stand up. Yeah.
Buddy.
Stand up. You're going to jail for a year in the county. 365 days county jail.
Guys, come on.
Appeal.
What kind of thing is this? The judge is trying to be friendly and the guy is misbehaving, saying that they calling the judge body with the lady. Come on. And the man took it on himself to... This case does not warrant for him to spend the time in the jail, but he brought it upon himself by acting rude, by trying to be smart, Sometimes people act in this manner. People just enjoy being joker. I make fun, I like to be fun, but this is not being fun, this is being a joker. Gami, this is being a joker. Should be no better than that.
I will. Good.
Put your hands behind your back.
Tell me to leave you alone. Tell me to leave you alone. Tell me right now.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Tase his ass right now.
The judge now steps in to help subdue the defendant.
He's even fighting against the deputy there, and the judge have to go and help to bring him down. He's losing it. He's losing it.
We'll make it 93. You can think about it. All right. Over Facebook. You know.
That's crazy. This is very, very crazy.
That's not in the community.
Oh boy, this is crazy.
Get to know you all too much.
This is crazy. Over a lady that said no. Come on. Yeah, this one hot.
Larson sentenced to 93 days in county jail.
It's hot, yeah, I know. I've been there. We all been there. But don't kill yourself.
Stand up and raise your right hand to be sworn, please. Please stand up.
Next, we head over to the Miami-Dade Bond Court in Miami, Florida.
The one sleeping there, you can wake up too in the back row.
Where Judge Mindy Glazer's overseeing bond hearings.
I have a few announcements. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent all defendants unless you tell me you have money to pay for a private lawyer or if you are hiring a private lawyer and one is here. Also, please let me know if you have served in the United States military or any of the reserves. Good morning.
Good morning.
Over the next few hours, she'll see dozens of defendants.
You were arrested for second-degree murder.
As they step in,
I'm in the military, Your Honor.
You are?
And quickly step out.
Hi, Mr. Booth. How are you?
How you doing, ma'am? Okay, ma'am.
49-year-old Arthur Booth is a career criminal, charged with burglary, grand theft, fleeing, and resisting arrest.
You have actually 3 arrest affidavits: reckless driving, damage to property, leaving the scene of a crash with serious injury.
With no serious injury.
I'm sorry, no serious injury.
Okay.
After questioning, Judge Glazer explains the terms of his bond.
The bond on count 1 is $7,500.
But the judge notices something familiar about this defendant.
Okay, Mr. Booth, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
This is the nicest kid in middle school.
Oh, my goodness.
He was the best kid in middle school. I used to play football with him, all the kids, and look what has happened. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God.
Man, I'm feeling his pain, and you know, sometimes I'm not gonna blame him. At the same time, I'm gonna blame him, you know. But sometimes situations push us to do things we are not supposed to do, or some of us are being caught in at the wrong place at the right time. This is good from what the judge is saying. He started well. He was a bright student, but he ended up here.
The surprise reunion between the 2 former middle school classmates is almost too much for Booth to handle.
Oh, my goodness.
Once a promising student, Booth fell into drug and gambling addictions that led him into a life of petty crime, resulting in multiple stays in prison.
Oh, my goodness.
Good luck to you, sir. I hope you're able to come out of this okay and just lead a lawful life.
The reunion somberly concludes as Glazer sets bail at $43,000.
Okay. All right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Booth is sent to prison for 10 months and then released into a drug treatment program.
Spencer Boston, come on down, Mr. Boston.
This is the arraignment of 20-year-old Spencer Allen Boston. At a traffic stop 2 months earlier, Boston received citations for speeding and simple possession of marijuana. As he walks up to the podium, Judge Haywood Barry is informed that Boston has a special request.
I spoke with Mr. Boston. He said he wants to represent himself in this case. I told him today was just an arraignment. It's either guilty, not guilty by day. To which he responded, I just want to plead my case to the court. So he didn't want to talk to me after that, so that's why he was...
Start talking, son.
Yes, sir. I think it's very unfair, the marijuana law here. I think we the people deserve better because marijuana is a very harmless drug, and it's been around for ages, since the 80s and 90s.
I've heard that baloney all my life, so don't go any further on that.
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether it's good or bad. All I know is
Yes,
Tennessee still has it against the law. I swore to uphold the laws, and I have to uphold the laws as a judge. It probably is unfair, but I can't change it. You've got to go see the legislature to get that changed.
Yes, sir.
And if you get it changed,
Judge Barry
I'll
quickly
be
returns
fastest
to the
man in
matter at
world.
hand.
Now, if you want to plead guilty, you can today. But if you want a trial, we can give you a trial on the officer's day, which it's Officer Vincent.
Officer Vincent?
You want to fix trial day?
Yeah, we can do that.
That'd be fun. Then you make another speech.
As the judge works with court employees to schedule a trial date,
May 7th.
Boston decides to take action as he pulls out what appears to be a joint. No one seems to notice until, shockingly, he lights up. And this time it's noticed immediately.
Hey! We the people deserve better.
Boston may have finally pleaded his case.
Bro, this is crazy. He brought out a joint in the middle of the court. The same thing that brought him to the court. Start doing it in your presence. Come on. Yeah, I know you want to prove a right, but at the same time you're disrespecting the court. You know? peaceful.
We the people
13
deserve
years,
better.
But he's immediately taken away by the court officer. And Judge Barry gets the final word,
Taken to jail.
slapping Boston with a disorderly conduct charge, as well as another charge of possession. We're at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice in Detroit, Michigan, for the sentencing of 25-year-old Amanda Casal.
There's a lot of things that you can do, and your life doesn't have to be over because of a poor choice. You just have to accept responsibility for it and find a way to make something positive out of a very negative situation.
Casal has been found guilty of driving under the influence, causing a head-on collision that killed 31-year-old Jerome Zerker and severely injured his fiancée, 31-year-old Brittany Johnson. The couple have 5 children together. Prior to sentencing, the court will hear a powerful impact statement from the victim's children, read by his sister, Doreen Zerker.
Amanda, look what you did to my life. You ruined everything I had, like my dad's life.
Amanda seems devastated by Doreen's words. But Judge Kiana Lillard apparently hears some snickering from Casal's family sitting in the gallery.
You can go too. Whoever can sit here at a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when somebody has lost a family member, this is a court of law. You cannot come down to the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice and act any way you want to act.
That's the defendant's mother, Donna Casal.
Because if
You
you
are
don't
even the daughter of the one that the young girl killed his father was making a statement, talking to the girl and what she have derived and take from them. And her mother is smiling in the court of law, meaning that doesn't matter. Come on. No matter whatever that is making you happy, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. There is time for everything. There is time for everything in life. And this is one of the time to keep quiet and mourn with the people that have been mourned.
can go to jail. Ma'am, you are being taken into custody for criminal contempt. Your disruptive and disrespectful behavior disrupted today's proceedings, and you, ma'am, are going to the Wayne County Jail for 93 days for direct criminal contempt. Wow. Anybody else want to go? Try it.
As Casal is led to the county jail, Judge Lillard offers a stern reminder about etiquette in the courtroom.
These are very serious matters, and I understand you all are upset because your loved one is going to prison, but guess what? She's going to prison for the choices that she made.
After orders restored, Amanda Casal is sentenced.
It'll be the sentence of this court that you will serve 3 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. If there's nothing further, that concludes this matter.
Casal only serves 3 years and is then paroled in February 2020. As for Amanda...
Oh, guys, because of time, I'm going to stop here. I have to run along. I have a work to do today. Yes, the video have more I guess 5 minutes, but I don't have that 5 minutes because I have to be talking towards it, and I have 10 minutes to be at work, So I'm gonna run along, guys. I love you guys. Keep watching, subscribing, man. Let's do this. Let's bring more people in, guys. Help me reach 10,000 subscribers.